Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Set to turn the page on the month of September. And what a month it's been in Duval. We bring in October tomorrow, and it is arguably the greatest sports month of the year. Certainly, if you are a baseball fan, and runs are at a premium. 2-1 and 3-1 finals. Detroit on the road, the Cubs at home. We are seconds away from Boston and New York. The total is 6. 6 runs with that short porch out in right. Unbelievable. I mean, and then a twin billing later tonight. So 4 games during this wild card Tuesday in Major League Baseball. You know, I've always defined myself as a man of the people. It's not about me. It's about you. And I want the best for you. If I was a plumber, I would get down in the nitty-gritty and check your pipes, right? If I was an artist, I'd be a finger painter, and I do all these great things, and I put it out there for children and moms and dads and what have you, third wives and your mistress, all to enjoy. If I was an agronomist, I would take that so seriously. I'd want the best fairways that man could provide. I want slick greens, on the stimp meter running what, 11, 12 and a half, we would see. If I was a chef, I'd be fat, okay? It's that simple. But what I wanted was number 3, Miami, number 4, Florida State. The luster is off this game. Mike Norvell, Florida State, could not do its part. They could not go into a Friday night environment and win in front of 43,000 fans. I mean, you have 2 red zone turnovers to start the game, so you spot Virginia 14 points, right? And listen, Castellanos, the guy's 5'5". You know, he threw a ball. It was knocked back. In all the years that I've watched football, I've never seen a play like that where a defensive end actually bats the ball and then hangs on to it. So Florida State could have put up 14. They gave away 14. And they just were not ready. I thought offensively, they did a pretty decent job. But they turned Chandler Morris into John freaking Elway, okay? The guy scored 3 touchdowns on the ground. The guy spun it in the air. They ran for 211 yards, and what happened is Florida State was exposed, right? They just proved to everyone who watched in front of a nationally televised audience, they cannot stop the run. They tried to make adjustments. I don't know, maybe Tony White, he did the exact opposite of Jimbo Fisher. Tony White took question after question and went deep. He really elaborated about the UCLA job and how he's not a fan. Just can it. Just say you're not interested. And coach the damn team, okay? He didn't. He just, it's always been dear to my heart. For crying out loud, they get $25,000 a game in the Rose Bowl at UCLA. That stadium was archaic when I went to the Rose Bowl win, when Florida State knocked off Auburn. You don't want to coach that job at UCLA. Anyway, nonetheless, 48 carries. 48 carries. Virginia was missing 3 starting offensive linemen, and they completely gutted Florida State. Florida State could not stop them on third down. They could not as well. 7 of 13 plus 2 of 2 on fourth down. So today, Thomas Castellanos comes out and said, we needed it. That's what we needed to refocus. And in today's world of college football, guess what? This loss could end up being meaningless if Florida State was to run the table. if Florida State was to go 11-1, if Florida State was able to win the Atlantic Coast Championship game, they are getting into the college football playoff. This is the new world of college football. But that's not what I'm upset about. I wanted Saturday night to be like it used to be. I wanted number 3 against number 4, a virtual pick'em. The greatest rivalry, or one of them, when both schools are fully getting after it. Now, Florida State drops all the way down to number 18. And I'm amazed by this. I really am. And I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be timid. I am. I'm trying to be gentle. But it appears to me that a lot of Florida State fans are actually more disappointed that game day's not coming than they actually lost the game Friday night against Virginia. And I understand that things have changed. And if you can't change with it, you're going to be left behind. But why would you want ESPN? Why would you want game day in God's country? Okay? ESPN has been beyond cruel to you people. Their propaganda has gone from one point to another. They have absolutely picked on you. They made fun of you. They changed the rules because of you. Yet you want ESPN game day there? Why? What? What's that? Oh, you're going to make fun of Dr. Herbie. You're going to pick on... Not going to happen. Okay, Joe Tessitore was as bad as Herb Street. Joe Tessitore's call during Florida State-Louisville in the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game 2 years ago set back play-by-play calling to an all-new low. It was absolutely atrocious what he said and how he brought up Texas and how he brought up Alabama and how he just pummeled Florida State. And you know what the Florida State Tallahassee Club did? The Blitnikoff Award Club did 2 weeks later? They paid him $50,000 freaking dollars, gave him a standing ovation, and brought him into Tallahassee. So don't tell me you're going to get on Kirk Herbstreit. You're not going to. And by the way, I don't advocate any violence. I'm certainly not going down that road. But what are you going to do? Cup your hands and boo, boo. I mean, enough is enough is enough. ESPN is not your friend. They just dropped the noon game on you in a week against Pittsburgh. They're anything but your friend. Why are you disappointed that game day is not coming? It's amazing to me. You should be more fired up about your football team, about trying to fix the plethora of mistakes that they made against Virginia. I don't understand sometimes the way that people think. Politics is one thing. You're going to think one way, you're going to think the other. There's no in between. And I hate using the word hate, but that's where it comes when you don't agree. Sports is different. It's a diversion, okay? It gets you away from the problems in life. And you break bread, and you drink cocktails, and you try to win a football game. How are you more upset that game day is not coming compared to losing a game on a Friday night? I mean, I've never seen anything so freaking crazy. It's just unbelievable to me. So anyway, that is that. And again, my whole spiel here is for one reason and one reason only. I hate it for the fans. This is an afterthought now. Okay? Florida State's 18th in America. This should have been number 3 against number 4. Undefeated against undefeated. Okay? Wake up the echoes. Give me the wide rights. Give me everything for this football game. And now it's gone. It's just another top 25 matchup on Saturday night. And Florida State has no one else to blame outside of themselves. Okay? Just really a terrible defensive effort. That was some of the worst tackling I have ever seen by their linebackers and by their contain. Here we are talking about, bragging about certain players and just how great they have been on the defensive side and what they've been able to do. Okay, they weren't able to get to the quarterback. They had no pass rush. You could not defend the run. And all of a sudden, everything they did against Alabama, look at a guy like Earl Little, okay? Earl Little is off to a All-American type start. There were two examples where he had the ball carrier stopped. He didn't wrap. Football 101. Florida State's best defensive player. When you needed it most, for one reason or another, he elected not to wrap his arms. Okay? That's teaching. Again, maybe Tony White shouldn't be addressing UCLA all day, all night, and spend a little bit more time getting these guys ready. I love pot roast, okay? Terrence Knighton was one of my all-time favorite players to cover here. What an embarrassment. Did he collect his check after the way that Florida State interior defensive line played against Virginia? Just really disappointing to me. So anyway, if you're heading over, have yourself a great time. You know, I don't know if I'm going to go. I may. I just haven't decided yet. I got a lot of people trying to hedge me in that direction. And I get it, that football is different now. You can lose a game like that, and if you turn around and win, it doesn't matter. You could still get into the playoffs. But again, I still don't think you understand my disappointment. This event would have been spectacular. Number 3 against number 4. I mean, just think of how exciting that would have been. Now the recipe is set. I mean, Miami's got the best offensive line, arguably, in college football. They're going to line up and run right down Florida State's throat. And that's going to be very difficult for them to defend. You know, Stephen McGuire is probably my all-time favorite running back at Miami. And I remember when JJ was producing my show, because he's a Miami guy, I said Mark Fletcher as a freshman reminded me of Stephen McGuire, okay? He's already got 388 yards on just 66 carries. You look at Marty Brown, who they brought over from what? North Dakota State. He's an animal as well, okay? Already has 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards, and only 48 carries. He's also caught the ball already 8 times. Florida State can't defend that. The recipe is simple. The only difference in this game between Virginia and Miami is Carson Beck isn't as fluid, isn't as active with his feet as Chandler Morris, but he is a far more effective passing quarterback. He's completed 72% of his passes right now. You want to say Florida State's great? You've been told that Florida State's great. You realize they allow 90% of their opponents in the red zone to score? 90%. 9-0. Miami's red zone offense right now, 94.4%. To me, that's another huge factor in this game. Miami knows how to score offensively. They don't turn the ball over like Florida State did twice in their first 2 trips into the red zone on Friday night. And Florida State, once you're in the red zone, you might as well just lay down and let them score so you get back the ball. They can't do anything once you get inside the 20. Hey, those are facts. I'm never going to avoid the facts, whether it's the Jaguars or whether it's this matchup here. But again, I feel for you. The younger people, you have no idea what this rivalry is like. It's been gone for 20-plus years, man. It's been nothing the way it once was. And when it was happening, it was as good as anything you'll find in college football. I mean, we got Red Sox-Yankees coming up. You can make the case it's as good as anything that we have in athletics. And it was spoiled. Okay, because Mike Norvell cannot win a road football game. Again, he's lost 6 straight in that terrifying conference that we call the Atlantic Coast Conference. All right, opening comments are brought to you by Shmunez Vision. Probably shouldn't even read this particular commercial if you're heading over there. If you want to watch that rush defense, you probably want bad eyes. But that's not the case with Shmunez. He's going to set you up perfectly. He's going to give you 20/20, and he's also going to give you the most value for your money. There's a lot of technology used for cataract surgery nowadays, but not all of it is valuable. Some of the technology is used simply to sell extra add-ons, right? And it does not affect your overall visual outcome. So remember that. Now, the good folks at Shmunez, they have all that advanced technology, but you may not need it. If so, it's there and it is available. But again, their main goal is to provide for you the most possible value for your money. Check them out online. Just go to Shmunez Vision. Also, when you look at Dr. Neil Shmunez, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, and as well, Dr. John Hunt, that's more than 37 years worth of experience when it comes to surgery. They'll talk you through everything, and they're also the individuals who will perform surgery. You can also look at Shmunez Vision on Instagram. Just go to Shmunez Vision. All right, on the other side, let's get to the Jaguars and the Chiefs. We get an extra day to wait, but that's a good thing because Jacksonville, as we know, is a beaten-up football team. We got plenty to do. It is a Tuesday, our final day of September. My name is Rick Ballou, and this is Into the Night.
Get more Gators
and more Prosser and Hickett. Unfiltered.
Football insight, analysis, and critique from your breakfast buddies on the Swamp Sessions podcast
From Voodoo Brewing Company.
right after every game.
Streamed live on the 1010XL social channels.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
Garrett Scantling here, and once again, thanks to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. My torn hip labrum issue is resolved thanks to Dr. Doward, and Dr. Acevedo keeps my feet healthy too. Training and competing, that's what it's all about for me. And Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has me in top condition.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Looking for your new favorite hangout this football season? Try Voodoo Brewing Company in the heart of San Marco. Locally owned and community-focused, Voodoo Brewing serves up award-winning beers, scratch-made upscale pub fare, and laid-back vibes where everyone's welcome. For live music, trivia nights, and all the football action this season, make Voodoo Brewing Company Jacksonville your new favorite spot on San Marco Square.
You already know it's your main man, E to the T, here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Parker McCullum. Live 2026. Friday and Saturday, March 27th and 28th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Multi-platinum selling artist Parker McCullum. Special guests Max McNown and Lacey K. Booth. On sale now at AXS.com. Parker McCullum Live.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Get ready, poker players. The World Poker Tour is coming back to Best Bet Jacksonville from October 30th through November 18th. It's your chance to become a World Poker Tour champion with 14 different poker tournaments to play, including the Best Bet Scramble, a $5,000 no-limit hold'em main event with a $1 million guarantee. Satellites and mega satellites are going on now at Best Bet Jacksonville. For the full WPT schedule and more information, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Plan ahead this year and order your home holiday decorating from Kuhn Flowers. They'll take care of all your Christmas tree setup, lighting, and decorating hassles. This is Max with 1010XL. Call on Kuhn Flowers. They'll do it all this fall.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Kind of in the mood to bite off a head of a bat or something. That's the deal for me. I can't handle losing to an inferior product. Florida State loses to Miami. Miami's a better team. You can't lose to Virginia. You can't lose to teams like that. Dylan, you got to play the under, huh? Max Fried, Garrett Crochet, 6 total runs. Boston, New York in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Would you actually play under the 6?
Probably, but that'd be the one I'd stay away from. More than likely.
I mean, today, 2-1 and 3-1 finals. So pitching is certainly the biggest factor once you get to playoff baseball. San Diego went to Chicago today. Boy, it must have been a great day in Chicago. 7 years I spent there. What was it today in Chicago? Was it about 35 degrees? Do we know? And maybe you could check that for me.
Let me look.
With wind, Detroit at Cleveland. Detroit won on the road 2-1. And then, of course, we have 2 good games coming up tonight in both the American and the National League. This is the best rivalry in sports. Boston at New York. And then tonight, Terry Francona against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And what's interesting here is Dave Roberts stole that base off of Mariano Rivera, the throw by Posada to Jeter. Just barely got the fingertips in, got the bag, and then scored on the Bill Miller hit. And Boston went on to win 4 straight games to knock off the New York Yankees in 2004. But Francona was the skipper then. And, of course, Roberts pinch ran. So the big game there coming up tonight. That'll be at 9 o'clock. All right, tonight's show is brought to you by the good folks over at Alexander Law Practice. We'll get to that in just a moment. Kansas City, Jacksonville. You know what's really ironic about this? This is a battle of 2 top 8 teams in the NFL defensively. Not offensively, but defensively. Right now, your Jaguars are 5th in the NFL. They're only allowing 18 points a game. All right. Kansas City is only allowing 19 points a game. That's 8th in the NFL. I never would have dreamed in years and years and decades that when you had a Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes matchup, that defense would be the first thing that you would think about. Turnovers, Jacksonville, +9, 13 as a team. I mean, how can you be +9 4 games in? You can't brag enough about the job that Anthony Campanile has done and what this defensive staff has done. Kansas City, by the way, +3. Dylan, you and I were looking at some numbers before the show tonight. Patrick Mahomes, 4 games in, is actually the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, it's wild, and he hasn't had a receiving core that everybody thought they would at the start of the season. Rashee Rice on suspension for the first 6 games of the year. And then you're like, okay, well, that guy, Xavier Worthy, he's going to step up. No, he got hurt very early in that game 1 against the Chargers. played well last week, so they're relying on Juju Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown. So the offense hasn't been what everybody thought was going to be in the first 4 weeks of the season.
No, and you look at Patrick Mahomes, a touchdown pass against LAC, a touchdown pass against Philly, a touchdown pass in New York against the Giants, and then he explodes a couple of days ago for 4 touchdowns against Baltimore. That game went head-to-head with the Jaguars matchup in San Francisco, if you didn't have an opportunity to watch it. I did without volume, okay? But, I mean, they just got after Baltimore. So it feels like we're getting back to classic Kansas City offense, despite the fact that they really struggled to move the ball in their first 3 games. And what's really interesting about this matchup, and Dylan mentioned a couple of guys, you had the return of Worthy on Sunday, 5 receptions for 83 yards. But Kansas City had injuries and the suspension and all that early. Jacksonville has remained, relatively healthy until, unfortunately, you had the 8 injuries that did occur on Sunday. And, 3 of those 8 guys did not return. Trayvon Walker, I'm looking at our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm looking at those on YouTube. You can join them. Just go to YouTube, 1010XL Into the Night. Getting a lot of questions on Trayvon Walker. I do not have an update. It was an off day. Liam Cohen yesterday said that with the wrist, he would see a specialist, but he did not return. Only 14 snaps for Walker in San Francisco. Patrick McCarry did not return. Okay, he went out with the knee, and it was, Cole Van Lannon got 19 snaps at right guard. Anton Harrison went out. You had 22 snaps by Chuma Edoga at right tackle. I mean, so you're building some depth on offense. That's good. The other player who did not return is Eric Murray with the neck. Okay, that's very significant. He went out, and, we'll get an update, whether it's tomorrow or Thursday, and have a little bit more for you as far as injuries here against Kansas City. Unlike what I said about Florida State and Miami, where there's such a glaring hole, right? Miami's going to be able to run right through Florida State. That's the difference in the game. I don't look at Kansas City and say that they are so much more of a dominant football team in this particular area. They're not a good rushing football team. They have struggled outside of last week as far as a passing football team. They're a decent ball hawk type of club. Again, +3 in the turnover ratio 4 games in. And I just think defensively, even though the numbers say 19 points a game, which, I mean, you're going to win in this league a whole heck of a lot more than you're going to lose if you're only giving up 19 points on any particular Sunday. I do think if Jacksonville can certainly clean up the penalties, it feels like they've already cleaned up the drops. I don't believe, and I checked a couple of different, data, a couple of different entities out there. I don't think they had a drop last week. That is a positive sign. But you have to get much better in a couple of different areas. Certainly third down. I mean, you're not going to win if you go 4 for 14 on third down like you did in San Francisco. And face it, Brock Purdy, even though San Francisco had 6 drops, Brock Purdy did not play a good game. He floated the ball. He missed guys. Jacksonville would not allow Christian McCaffrey to beat you. I mean, what they did with him was just absolutely out of this world, holding him to 2.9 yards a carry. So I really think, and I want to actually talk about this on the other side, just a tiny bit of strategy that I think is important to get things flowing on Monday night offensively for Jacksonville. I think they're going to do a good enough job on defense. All right, my guess is it's not going to be 18 points that they average. It's probably going to be somewhere in the mid-20s. So then the question does become, can you outscore that mark can you score 3 touchdowns and get 3 field goals? Can you get 4 touchdowns and have a couple of field goals? I think it's going to take 26, 27 points in order to knock off Kansas City coming up on Monday night. But I got a couple of things that I believe are there for the taking, and I want to get to that on the other side. Tonight's show brought to you by Alexander Law Practice. Rick Alexander's old school. He is. He gets deeply involved with everyone. He gets to know his clients. He likes seeing his clients happy at the end of a case. He likes planning. He likes the strategy. He likes the competition. Right, ever since he took over his own firm in 2010, he has been involved directly with each and every one of his cases. So if you have been personally injured in an automobile accident or anything else, take down the number 400-6600, and it's a free consultation. So make the phone call, set up an appointment, 400-6600. You can also log on to alexanderlawpractice.com. 2 things to remember here. You are going to get an immediate callback, 400-6600, and you're never going to come out of pocket. You may have a total vehicle. You may not be able to get to work. You may have medical bills. Who knows what your problems are? Pick up the phone and ask. Get to Alexander Law Practice. You'll never come out of pocket. And at the end, hopefully it's what you have, unfortunately earned because you were injured. 400-6600, or go to Alexander Law Practice online. All right. When we come back, I want to throw these 2 things out to you. I think it's huge. I think it could end up being, key components. And honestly, the difference between a win and a loss Monday night against Kansas City. That's coming up next.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Helmets and Heels is returning to Vegas. If you're heading out for the big game, join us at Circa Resort and Casino this October for a Halloween weekend football getaway, featuring Circa room discounts and a huddle up for everyone in the teal and black. Meet Helmets and Heels Friday night, October 31st, then hit the Circa Stadium Swim with temperature-controlled pools and a massive betting screen. For Circa room discounts and more information, visit the 1010XL webpage or circalasvegas.com/huddleup-up.
When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose Duck Duck Rooter, the area's most trusted service company. We're licensed, insured, and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations, septic tank pump outs, drain field installations, and full air conditioning service, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to American-Electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Hey, it's Carline here. If you're shopping for a new ride, you've got to check out Atlantic Infinity. Not only do you get a luxury vehicle, you also get the Atlantic Infinity Promise Free with every new car. That's almost $2,500 in added value just for buying smarter, and you don't have to sweat it out on the lot. Shop in their indoor climate-controlled showrooms. It's cool, comfortable, hassle-free. They're on Atlantic near St. John's Bluff, or browse anytime at AtlanticInfinity.com.
Fall is here. The air is crisp. Football is on, and the perfect backyard atmosphere starts with a high-quality fireplace from CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Hey, it's Joe C. Imagine nights by the fire, cheering on your team, surrounded by friends and family. CSS can transform your outdoor space into the ultimate game day destination. Stylish, warm, and built for memories. With several wood, gas, and electric options, let CSS make your backyard the best seat in the house. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Tuesday night, final day of September, 1-0 Yankees early. Second inning against the Boston Red Sox. And we have breaking news. Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator, San Francisco. Just had this to say about Liam Cohen, and I do quote Saleh. In my heart, I genuinely was trying to give a compliment. I own the fact that I probably used the wrong choice of words. Everyone in the league's trying to find every avenue they can. And as a coach watching their tape, I recognize the hours they put in. He did go on to say that he stands by the legal signal stealing system. So he's not apologizing for that. He's apologizing for a poor choice of words. That's in moments ago from Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator of San Francisco. You must be thrilled that you've got a coach here in only 4 games that you know wears it on his sleeve. And, I mean, it is so different from Doug Peterson. It's got to be so gratifying for you to know that every morsel of energy is being put in to try to win football games. And that's what you have right now in Liam Cohen. I wish I could say the same about my alma mater and that coach. Okay? That coach got snubbed and everyone pouted and he sucked his thumb, and then 28 kids quit before the Orange Bowl, and then they took that hangover with him through a 2-10 season. He still can't win on the road. All right? I can't come to that, okay? I can't be warm and fuzzy with that. I can with Cohen. Again, Cohen's like a plumber. Cohen's like a ditch digger. Cohen's got a cubicle somewhere downtown, right? Cohen's one of those guys, every street you drive in throughout Jacksonville, he's holding onto a shovel. He's leaning on the shovel. He's one of you. He proved it in 4 games. I mean, how cool is that? That Liam Cohen is embracing that type of responsibility after all the crap that was around here. Doug Peterson. Do the Doug Peterson, man. There's your concussed quarterback. Take your play sheet and shove it up to your armpit and jam both of your hands into your pocket. That was the support that your head coach gave Trevor Lawrence. It took 2 games for Cohen to scream at Trevor, pound his chest. Oh, Trevor waved him off. Oh, there's not problems. He's an alpha. Liam Cohen is an alpha. He's a type A. He wants to win. I mean, to me, that's spectacular. All right. You want a couple of early, massive factors in this game, Monday night? Number one, when the pundits begin to write about this game and really talk about this game, they're going to say Jacksonville wins if they run the football. Kansas City gives up 127 yards rushing. Jacksonville has been nothing short of outstanding when it comes to running the football. Outside of 2 weeks ago, what happened? DeMeco Ryans. He legally cheated. Okay? He put 5 in the box. And Jacksonville couldn't run. 6 carries, 11 yards. First half, 30 minutes. They made adjustments at halftime. They ran for 75 yards in the second half of play. That is going to be what everyone says has to happen if they win this game. I disagree. And you know that I'm a huge proponent of running the football. You still need to do it. But it's time for Trevor Lawrence to get arguably the 2 best players on this franchise going. That's Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. Now, what's encouraging is that Thomas caught 5 balls in 7 attempts last Sunday. Should have been 6 for 7. He didn't get the toe down. All right? That's a boost of confidence, and that is the arrow headed in the right direction. What is concerning, and Steve Spagnuolo is going to be all over this, every single one of those targets, what happened? Brian Thomas Jr. ran outs. He ran out pattern after out pattern after out pattern after out pattern. So if you think he's scared, maybe they think he's scared. If you think he's got alligator arms, maybe they think he's got alligator arms. If you think he's hearing footsteps, maybe they think he's hearing footsteps. But they ran him on a reverse. So that kind of messed up that theory. It was brilliant in the win. But I think it's a one-game implementation of the offense. You cannot consistently now go to Brian Thomas Jr. only on the outs. Defenses, good defenses, are going to recognize that. Number 2, it's time for Travis Hunter. We don't know why he did not get in there defensively in the second half. Liam Cohen said it's something you want to talk about now. I feel like not necessarily the pressure from the national media, but more and more mouthpieces are saying, well, he's doing this on offense, this in defense. Put him on one side. Watch him really emerge. Buster Brown played more than 20 plays defensively on Sunday. Jarian Jones didn't play at all. I don't believe they're giving up on Jarian Jones. But you got 2 guys right there that I think can really help out on the defensive side of the football. It's time for Travis Hunter. Last 2 games, 1 of 2. Last week, 2 of 5. This needs to be a double-digit pass attempt game to Travis Hunter. Find any way that you can to get him the ball. We've seen it in consecutive weeks. He makes spectacular plays. You back to Houston, his only reception, 2nd and 21. Look at the play. He made people miss. He has the athleticism. He's able to do things that very few in the league can do. Look at the play he made a couple of days ago. Going up, high point, coming down with the football. It's time. This is a game where that actually has to take place. Final thought for the break. And I talked about this last night. Where's the screen game? Liam Cohen was number 1 in the NFL last year in Tampa Bay with the screen game. I read somewhere today only 11 attempted screens in 4 games. Now, again, this, I believe, is encouraging because you know it's part of what's coming up. They practice this and practice this time and again and time and again. And they have 3 quality guys in the backfield that can really catch the ball. And we've seen wide receiver screens. I hopefully they'll throw the Patrick screen game out. That didn't work. Okay, I think with him and his size that he's a downfield guy, right? He's not a screen guy. He's a good blocker on screens. But where is the screen game? Last night my highlight was this team's won 3-1, and they only have 1 wide receiver touchdown in 4 games. That is remarkable. I mean, think about that. It's almost amazing. The screen game really takes off, I believe, on Monday night if Jacksonville has this thing flowing the way that they want to. So, again, you're going to hear run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Kansas City gives up 127 yards a game. Sure. But this is the week for Thomas Jr. This is the week to really get Hunter involved. And this is also the week for the high percentage passes and really developing that screen game. It's a couple of things that I believe are the difference between a Jaguar W and L. All right, we got much more to do. 641-1010 text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. If you want to join us on YouTube tonight, you can. Just go to 1010XL into the night.
The bank opens for business, and America watches when the Monday night lights turn teal. It's pride, power, and primetime swagger. Feel the Duval energy. Duval! Jaguars, Chiefs. It's Monday Night Football on 1010XL.
Hacker here, and it's time to kick off your weight loss season now with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Want to be down 30 pounds or more by the bye week? What about 80 pounds by the playoffs? The best part about Awaken 180, you can lose weight while tailgating and drinking your favorite beverage. Swap calories, not flavor. And you don't even have to sacrifice your favorites like chili, wings, dip. You can still enjoy all of them and lose weight consistently. Look, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is the best weight loss program I've ever been on. I lost over 100 pounds thanks to the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. If it's time for you to drop the weight like it was for me without sacrificing all those football season favorites, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. 30 pounds by the bye, 80 pounds by the playoffs. You can do it. I did. You can too with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Jacksonville, All Elite Wrestling is coming home to Daly's Place for 2 huge nights. Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and as special Wednesday Collision, October 8th. Feel the real as the greatest professional wrestlers in the world deliver a homecoming to remember. Championships at stake on a Tuesday, and stars collide on a special night. It's AEW's Homecoming with Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and Collision, October 8th. Tickets on sale now, starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Frank Franzi here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coil Fencing. Coil has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coil has been installing fences since before Emery Ballard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coil Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. Coil Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Chip Davis, director of the Flounder Pounder Fishing Tournament. We are fast approaching our 16th annual tournament benefiting the Jacksonville School for Autism. With the help of our amazing community, we raised over $1.4 million the last 15 years. This year's tournament will be held at Palm Valley Outdoors on the Intercoastal Waterway. Captain's meeting is Thursday night, October 9th, and the tournament is Saturday, October 11th. I'm inviting you and your family to come out and enjoy our tournament festivities, raise some money, and support autism awareness. Special thanks to U.S. Army Recruitment Jacks for their support. Flounder Pounder for Autism 2025. See you there.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Full steam ahead. That's the way it is here on Into the Night. With you tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night, 6 to 8, Friday, 4 to 6 on the AM. Going to be a great week. Someone snuck it in on X or Twitter to me the other night saying that us here at 1010, we're the only people who criticize Trevor Lawrence. And I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, really? Do you not listen? I mean, no one's more interactive with the listeners than we are. I mean, half the people out there are trying to figure this out. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work with Trevor Lawrence? I happen to be one of those who believes it's still going to take place. I look at a lot of these numbers, and, you know, they leave a lot to be desired. Last year, Liam Cohen, number 1 in the NFL on third down conversion rate, 50.9. Jacksonville so far this year, 35.2. Number 1 in the screen game. We talked about that. Last year, Tampa, number 2 overall in first downs per game. Last year, completion percentage, 71.5%. Trevor Lawrence is under 60%. He's 58 and change so far this year. Okay? These numbers are going to improve. 41 touchdown passes a year ago. Number 1 in red zone offense a year ago. Number 3 in passing offense a year ago. Number 3 in total yards a season ago. Number 4 in points per game, 29.5 a year ago. I mean, the numbers were absolutely spectacular. And the offensive line, much better than Jacksonville's offensive line. But have you seen how well Jacksonville is graded on the offensive line in 4 games? Okay. They're among league leaders in rushing. They're among league leaders in pressures allowed. And they've only allowed 3 sacks, which is number 1. The offensive line is overachieved. You need more of the passing offense. And I'm hoping that this is the week that really does begin to settle in. I mean, let's face it. Monday night is time. It is. It's the time for a 26 for 36, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick from Trevor Lawrence. It's time, right? It's time. He's got the weapons. And I don't think old school football's the difference here. I don't think it's a run and stop the run game. You're going to have to outscore Patrick Mahomes. 35-35 says, Ballou, it demonstrates a lack of understanding of English language. Stealing is not legal. His comments make no sense. Well, I said it on Friday last week. It is congratulations to Robert Saleh. I think it is the greatest oxymoron in the history of pro football. I'm a criminology grad. Proud. I mean, that esteemed university, FSU. I don't know if you've heard about us. We have an outstanding college softball program. Have you ever heard of legal stealing before?
I have not, no. Stealing is
There's got to be some lawyers out there.
Right. It's like being pregnant. Either you did or you didn't.
Yeah.
And stealing's bad. I don't know. Like you're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Here we go. 4806. You guys treat Trevor with kid gloves. Yeah, I mean, it's like I was just amazed. I'm like, some are, and I'm not going to, mention any of my colleagues if they're not here to defend themselves. Everyone has a different opinion. But if you just think consistently that this radio station is too hard on him, you are absolutely nuts. No way. I love it when I get that I'm too hard on them, and I love it when I get you're too soft on them. To me, that's like sports talk gold. If one person believes one thing and the other person believes the other, I mean, to me, that's doing, I hate to say it this way, but that's doing your job to the best of your ability. If you have two people who think that different things are coming out of your mouth, nuts, absolutely nuts. I'll tell you this about Trevor. I'll speak for myself only here. I want to see him move forward. I absolutely want to see him. There's not one iota in my body that wants to see him fail. So that is for sure. We got much more to do. He's still in Denmark. I'm Rick Ballou. We do tonight till 8.
From the huddle to the perfect spiral.
We invite you into the lab so that you can truly learn the quarterback position.
The quarterback whisperer. He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Wrapped up by George Moore Chevrolet and Tyson Sound and Security on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Spunez Vision. Why Spunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Spunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Spunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Spunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SpunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Hey folks, this is Denny Thompson, and when it comes to protecting my home, I turn to Tyson, the leaders in state-of-the-art home security right here in Jacksonville. Their AI cameras and smart doorbells are top-notch, keeping an eye on what matters most. Whether you're moving in or upgrading, Tyson offers flexible packages, rent or own, with specials on the first 3 years. Ramp up now for the holidays, the perfect gift for you or someone you love. Call Tyson today at 590-7979 for details.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 30th, 1992, George Brett gets hit number 3000.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. How'd you get your money so quick?
Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals.
Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crispy, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleborough. There's 17 locations, now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pest Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
It's time to get up and go to the Jacksonville Fall RV Show, Thursday through Sunday, October 2nd through 5th at the Jacksonville Equestrian Center, with hundreds of RVs on display with lifestyle booths, and register to win $250 gift cards every day. It's Northeast Florida's largest RV show, Thursday through Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Adults $10, kids under 12 free. Seniors get half off on Thursday. Military and first responders half off every day. It's the Jacksonville Fall RV Show.
Morgan Conley Roofing isn't just repairing roofs. He's building a legacy for generations to come. Born here, built here, staying here. MorganConleyRoofing.org. License number CCC 1333544.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
7 o'clock on a Tuesday. You know what that means? Time for Nile Lawrence-Stample. Won a national title at Florida State along the defensive line. Also played for the Cleveland Browns and is a business owner right here in Jacksonville. He's our Florida State analyst. Good to have you back, Nile.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I wish it under better circumstances.
Yeah, we're going to have to break that down. But I started the show off today just really disappointed for college football fans, especially younger college football fans. They don't know what it's like 87 through 2001-2, where this rivalry was maybe the best in all of college football, and it was always top 5 teams. Florida State wins that game on Friday. You would have had number 3 Miami against number 4 Florida State. Now Florida State with a loss falls all the way down to number 18.
Yeah, it's still going to be a dogfight, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, you're right. And I've been in a few of them to where we're both top players, and and we're both top organizations at the time. And it is one of the best atmospheres you can ever be in, because it is a literal dogfight.
Yeah. We talked about everything last week. Looking ahead, trap game. You know, Mike Norvell had lost 5 straight on the road, and I felt confident. I was a believer because of the way that they were motivated and played way above their level of competition against both cupcakes. I was wrong. Just your thoughts on what happened in Virginia on Friday.
I think the moment was there, and I think our guys were ready for the moment. I think that there was a little bit of lack of preparation. And Tony White talked about it in his press conference as far as him taking accountability for it and maybe just not doing some things well. But as far as I'm concerned, it was the tempo. Our offense played well. If we would have been able to do some things on defense in order to swing some of that momentum, they would have probably played even better. But our defense got on their heels almost immediately. We looked tired. We looked like we had 2 weeks off. It looked legitimate, more than that, especially with guys not playing full games. So it looks like they got us on our heels early. And with Chandler being with Chandler Morris being a absolute gamer, he made sure they kept us on our heels.
You spot him 14 points. You have the 2 red zone turnovers. I mean, Florida State's going in. Out of all the football I've seen, I can't ever remember a play where a defensive end knocked the ball out, deflected it, and then caught it. It was a sensational play. Saw Chuck just let a ball go. Typically, when you're down 14-0, that's it. You know, call it off. That's ball game. Florida State scored 21 unanswered points and went ahead. So that wasn't it, but you nailed it. The offense, despite those turnovers, the offense did enough in this game to win it. It was the defense that really let them down.
Yeah, and it sucks, especially when it's so blatant you can see it. I really like the resiliency of the defense in some capacity, because I think that even though it didn't look great, they still fought. They still were able to get some conversions. They still were able to get off the field in certain critical situations. So they didn't fully give up, and that may have been something that we would have saw last year. So I'm still going to give them a little bit of credit as far as that. But I think if we had better preparation and we were in better shape, that would have been a completely different ball game in Charlestonville.
All right, what do you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit. Better physical shape, mental shape? I mean, obviously this is a conditioned football team.
Yeah, so as far as the condition's concerned, there's a condition as far as running and playing like a regular speed offense, and then it's a completely different ball game when it was Chandler Morris trying to force the ball down your throat without any. So once you get into a certain personnel and they're running the hurry up, no one can get off the field, right? No one's allowed to be able to substitute. We got a 10-yard penalty because of it. So no one can substitute. They're running high speed tempo. And when that becomes the case, it is very difficult for guys to be able to run Tony White's defense effectively, because his defense is based off of scheme, stunts, and as well as being able to disguise where it is the blitz is coming from. We gave up where the blitz was coming from. He checked out of it. He went to the opposite side. It was a beautiful offensive attack by UVA, and they deserved the win. Period.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that point. It's number 3, Miami, at number 18, Florida State. That'll be Saturday night at 7:30. Nile Lawrence-Stample is our Florida State analyst. Boy, the back seven, opportunities, but not playing smart football, not playing what you're taught from the moment that you arrive. Earl Little was, I believe, off to an All-American start. There were several examples of him being in position, making contact, but not wrapping up.
Yeah, which sucks to see in real time watching that game, because there's really nothing you can do about it. But at the end of the day, there is so much silver lining in this game. And my biggest take from that is we did not see the defense that we are capable of. We didn't see Tony White's defense out there. We saw a defense that got handed a card and was forced down their throat over and over again. We could not adjust. We couldn't do some of the things that Tony White coaches, just because, again, the tempo was such a big deal. So I think that that's one thing, as well as Earl Little knows to wrap up. He knows that. So that's something that could be fixed as well. He made the right keys. He played aggressive. He did a lot of good things. So with that being the case, that wasn't a straight up ball game that our defense just didn't win. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of variables there that kind of came to that conclusion.
Miami's scary. They have a very good offensive line. I've heard people say that it's the best offensive line in college football. They have 2 really powerful backs, and now the blueprint is there. You can run right at Florida State. You were those last 2 drives by Virginia, Nile. 12 plays, 74 yards, 16 plays, 75 yards. I mean, and they ate a ton of clock. Miami knows what it has to do in order to win this game. How can Tony White and Florida State's interior defensive line stop this?
So Mario Cristobal, he's known for wanting to run the clock. We're not going to see much tempo from Miami. They are going to be more of a 60-50 play game, whereas last week we saw 75 to 80 plays. It was a ton of plays. So we're not going to see that. He's going to try to drain the clock. So with that being the case, we are going to see the best representation of what we can do on a high level outside of Alabama. So I think we do have a ton of opportunity to be able to stop this football team. I think that their offensive line they're big. I wouldn't say they're the fastest, the most mobile. So I think with our guys being able to stunt, blitz, and do a lot of things that are going to make the offensive linemen move out of their spot is going to be huge. And I know Tony White's cooking it up. So I think there's a ton of opportunity there. Again, it is really hard to be so critical when we're going into Miami, when I do not think last week was a good representation of Florida State's defense.
You pointed this out. I mean, Chandler Morris was so effective, not only throwing the football, he did turn the ball over. He threw either 2 or 3 interceptions, but he was very good with his feet. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. That may be the difference between him and Beck. Beck is so effective. He's among league leaders, he's among college football leaders. He completes 72% of his passes. I mean, that is incredible, and he has weapons. But he's not a guy that you would expect to be able to run the football the way that Morris did last Friday night.
Yeah, no, and that's one thing that we shouldn't have to worry about as much. Even though he can get out of the pocket, he can be mobile, that's not his game. So I think as long as we're disciplined, we're going to have to probably get out of zone a little bit. We'll see what that looks like, because that seems like pretty much all we've been running. But I think if we can get disruption in the backfield, and we can get some blitzes to get home, and we can get some guys to be able to run some stunts. Our guys do run stunts very well when they're fresh. So if we can get fresh bodies to run good stunts on this bigger offensive line, I think we can move and disrupt Carson in order for him to be able to make some mistakes and not be as effective in the pass.
Right. To me, the major difference between big-time college football and the NFL is in the NFL, they don't listen to the fans. They don't listen to the media. They're pros. They know how to turn the page. In college, you spend all week, you get your classmates telling you you're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win. Sure, Florida State heard that last week of Virginia. That's going on right now in Coral Gables. How much does this play into it that all the experts are going to pick Miami? The fans down there are telling them they're going to go into Tallahassee and win. For the record, I'm going to pick Miami to win this game. What does that do for the mentality of these Florida State players?
I don't think it does much other than feed into them wanting to get after it. I think last week Thomas Castellanos made a quote saying that we needed it. We were smelling ourselves a little bit too much. I think we needed to get humbled, maybe him included. I don't know, but I think we're the mentality that has to get done. Let's throw all the rankings, let's throw all of the records away because this is obviously FSU Miami. These are what a lot of these players have grown up seeing. Deuce Robinson just talked about it as far as this being something that he's seen as a child. These players are coming in here outside of what's actually the implications of this game and more or less wanting to dominate.
Yeah. The numbers are scary. I mean, both these offenses are so prolific, and again, you have to take into consideration, who they've played. Obviously, Miami's played Notre Dame. They've played Florida. Also, the bye here, so that health-wise, Miami, you would at least figure, is going to be in much better shape than Florida State is. They got the extra day because of Friday night, but still the Canes have had an extra week.
Yeah, they have. So let's talk about as far as the home field advantage. That's one thing that I think is interesting. So when you have someone like Carson Beck who has a ton of experience in big games, he is no shy to big games. But Carson Beck is about to come into Doak Campbell Stadium. He is from Jacksonville. So him coming into Doak Campbell Stadium, we are going to be absolutely roaring with a team that he's not really accustomed to. He's starting to build over the last 4 games, which is fine, but this is a new team. This is a new offensive line. This is a lot of new things for him. Will we see them be able to pull together and have that camaraderie over the last 6 months, whenever it was that he got transferred in? It is a completely different ball game playing in Coral Gables than coming to Doak Campbell Stadium on a rivalry game like we are going to see on Saturday.
Florida State's won 3 out of the last 4. Miami got them a year ago. How does Florida State win Saturday night? What do they have to do in order to pull off the upset?
Stop Carson Beck. That is literally the main objective. Their defense is solid, but we'll be able to score on their defense. Our defense is explosive. We have certain weapons that match really well with theirs. I think if we can get Carson Beck off of his spot in order to disrupt him in any sort of form or fashion, I think we play this game. I think we win this game. I'm really confident that, again, when you look at the film and you watch the Alabama game and you saw the amount of movement from our defensive linemen, it was insane. They were stunting, they were moving, they were running little games inside on run plays. Those are all things that I think that this offensive line does not do well with, and I think it's going to create opportunities for big-time momentum shifts, and when that happens, that's how you lose ball games. So let's see what we got, but I think as far as my prediction, I think that we can come out on top on this.
Offensively, a little bit more Danzy, a little bit more Lucas. I mean, 2 explosive guys, not enough touches. I mean, Deuce was on, no doubt about that. But those 2 getting a little bit more involved as well.
Yeah, they're going to get more involved, and I think that they could have. But when you get kind of locked in, and especially with some of the issues that Thomas Castellanos had during that game, I think you kind of go to your go-to guy, which caused a little bit of issues, especially if you're a wide receiver. It's hard to really run your route as hard as you can when it's not looking like you're going to get the ball. That's very difficult. So therefore, guys aren't possibly getting open, and then there was obviously an overthrow on one of those crossing routes that looked really good and was a good opportunity to possibly be a touchdown. But we're going to have to get our guys open. I have no doubt that Gus and Thomas Castellanos are going to come in there and feel confident in order to run that offense effectively and efficiently.
You like their chances.
I do.
Yeah, that's good. I've been wrong lately. I had Florida State beating Virginia. I had Georgia beating Alabama. I lost both those games. So, as a matter of fact, I had Penn State over Oregon. I mean, you could have listened to my picks last week, and you would have made a ton of money going against me. All right, give us the very latest. What's going on with your business, NLS Cleaning?
We are in top tier shape. We're just continuing to make relationships with business owners and as well as property managers, as well as just regular homeowners. We're making relationships with them. We're keeping their places clean. We keep them on a regular schedule so that their places are always nice. Their gutters are always clean. Their windows are always clean. So we do provide full pressure washing, window cleaning, gutter cleaning services, as well as paver sealing and repair. So please give us a call, 904-708-8802. We would love to help. Also, you can reach out to us at nlscleaning.net. And last but not least, if you guys want good Florida State content, follow my Instagram at Nolan with Nile. Follow me on YouTube. Just follow what I got going on. I love polls. I love talking about Florida State football, and as well as giving really cool insight.
We got a good text here, Nile, from someone that you're associated with. Is 6461 says, "Gentlemen, Nile's an amazing dude. We have the honor of having him coach with us at JDL football. Fourth graders are tough, and they've tried his patience, but he's truly making a difference. And for nothing but his nothing but his son will certainly be tearing it up Friday nights one day. Keep up the good work." So
yes, sir.
That is the folks over there at JDL. So you're having some fun as a coach as well.
Yeah.
You have a lot of hats here, man.
Yeah, a lot of hats. And it's been really interesting learning kind of how to coach and how to develop players. It's been really, really cool. It's been a great experience.
We're going to be on the road next week. I'll have all the details. Now it's going to be with me, so maybe folks like the 6461 and others will come out and join us over at Palm Valley. Let me give you those details a little bit later on. But now always a pleasure.
Always. Right?
There he goes. Nile Lawrence-Stample, ladies and gentlemen. He is our Florida State analyst. And he is focused and he is ready. And he gave us reasons why he believes the Noles can pull off the upset. We got much more to do. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, let's welcome those in on YouTube tonight. If you're watching us, just go to 1010XL into the night.
What could Jacksonville do better? Find out from one of our best ever as David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Monday from 10 to noon. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Yo, it's your main man E to the T here. And have you been to Clay County lately? It's the perfect escape and just a short drive away. Hiking, paddling, fishing, and plenty more ways to enjoy the outdoors. This month, you can take on the Whistling Death 5 and 10K. Dig into bold flavors at the annual Soul Food Festival and enjoy fall festivals all across the county. Make the call this weekend and enjoy great times and make wonderful new memories, all in our area. Check out exploreclay.com to plan your weekend adventure. That's exploreclay.com.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Morgan Williams, senior volleyball player at Atlantic Coast High. Morgan is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Art Honor Society, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Jacks Thrive Club.
Now, the Hurricane Report. Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The Miami Hurricanes got to put their feet up and relax with a bye week. Unfortunately, they dropped to number 3 in the latest AP poll. They will have a chance to take down a ranked Seminoles team in Tallahassee this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. The Noles are coming off a double overtime loss to Virginia. The Canes are a 6.5-point favorite. The Hurricane Report brought to you by Performance Painting.
Nothing like a hot shower. Wait, why is the water up to my ankles?
It's the dreaded clogged shower drain. Hair, soap scum, and last week's mystery goo.
It's touching my toes!
Don't panic. Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. We'll tackle plumbing, septic, and even the nastiest shower clogs. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the duck.
It's the start of our favorite season in Jacksonville, football season. Let's get hyped and let's get the home in tip-top shape and let's get that house zero-resified. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, they'll take care of you. Call the folks at Zero Res right now, 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. Get your 3 rooms of carpet cleaned at $139 plus a 4th room free. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Thank you to Nile Lawrence-Stample, Florida State analyst. Filling me up with all these positives. Dylan, you know I don't want to be positive. I can't be positive after a Florida State loss. I mean, what would the people think of me?
That would be a truth teller, Rick.
You know I care what people think.
Very much.
No doubt. Very sensitive. Insecure. You just can't get over these baseball scores, man. Just roll with the unders. Cubs 3-1 over the Padres today in Chicago. All the Irish bars there. I have folks writing me about Irish bars here in Jacksonville. Lacking. All right. Where I'm from in Boston, you know, you walk down the street, there's an automotive place, there's a Dunkin' Donuts, and then there's an Irish bar. And then you just keep going. Cubs 3-1 earlier today against the Padres. Tigers win 2-1 on the road in Cleveland, the home of Cam Robinson. The Yankees up 1-0 right now against Boston midway through the 5th inning. This is crazy, Dylan. This is all about pitching. And it's not like it's really cold right now in these cities, in New York, Cleveland. And I asked you to look up earlier. You found out what the weather was like today in Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago was low 66, high 77. Ooh. So it was warm.
I mean, they got their shirts off, the bleacher creatures, in that type of weather. So we'll see tonight in L.A. as well. Dave Roberts, Terry Francona. Of course, their relationship back in 2004 when the Red Sox finally won it over the New York Yankees. So some good stuff coming up there. We've done a little bit of college football today. And, I didn't talk at all about Alabama going into Georgia and winning. I am as surprised about that as I am anything. I will tell you that I'm not shocked that Florida State lost to Virginia. That's kind of what they do, right? They've really struggled to win games on the road. But all of a sudden, you look around, man, Oregon, that is a scary football team. I mean, that impressed me more perhaps than anything we did see, including Alabama bouncing back the way they did at Georgia. This Dante Moore guy is, I'm not allowed to talk specifics as a Heisman Trophy voter. I've been a long-time Heisman Trophy voter. But if you would just look at it right now, Dylan, you've got, and we're only 4 games in, maybe 5 games in. Oregon's actually 5-0. But you got to have him in your top 2 or 3, certainly after the John Mateer injury out at Oklahoma.
Without a doubt. And the Heisman, I mean, if you look at, if you had to place odds for 5 guys, I mean, you could probably say Vanderbilt's quarterback Diego is probably up there as well. And if he plays good on Saturday, even in a loss, he might be the front runner after this weekend.
Yeah, that's fair. And, certainly you look at what Fernando Mendoza has done for Indiana. Although Indiana really struggled at Iowa. It's always been a tough place to play, but we saw what they did a week ago against Illinois. Didn't Illinois turn around and destroy someone as well?
They beat USC.
Yeah, they actually went into overtime.
That was the game winner.
Yeah, game-winning field goal. Okay, so that did take place.
They got destroyed by Indiana the week prior.
Yeah, I don't care about individual awards. I really don't, outside of the Heisman, because it's an honor to vote for that. But that's another thing that really would have stood out on Saturday night if you had an undefeated Thomas Castellanos against an undefeated Carson Beck, number 3 against number 4. The attention is on the rivalry, but both quarterbacks would have been singled out.
Yeah, they would have been, and then just that loss, it's still going to be there when they kick it off, but the build-up and the lead-up all week, it would have been a lot more, and the oxygen's kind of been taken out of the air for that game. With that loss to Florida State, it's still going to be a rivalry game like Nile Lawrence-Stample just brought up, and both teams are going to give their best shot, but it's just not. It doesn't feel the same now that Florida State's lost.
No, it doesn't, and I don't think it'll have any factor on the fans that are there. I think the Florida State fans are there. They're going to get liquored up, and they're going to make plenty of noise. They may have a cast of doubt. But, this environment, I mean, just the matchup would have been so great for the sport if that happened, and it didn't. Virginia beat them, as we did know. All right, Florida off a bye. Texas rolling in. They're just a 6.5-point favorite. I mean, that caught me a little bit by surprise. I thought it might have been up around 8 or 9. What do you make about the fact that the Longhorns are actually under a 1-touchdown road favorite this weekend in Hogtown?
Yeah, Vegas has not gotten this Florida number right. They were wrong about the South Florida game, obviously. Florida was a 17-point favorite. And Florida didn't cover against LSU or Miami. I kind of see the same thing here. There's been a couple of teams I saw earlier, like Georgia they're 0 for 5 against the spread this season. And there's a couple other teams that just kind of scratch your head. So Vegas is taking some time to understand these college football teams. And this is going to be another one. I'm like, I don't understand. If I had extra money, I'd be throwing a lot of money on Texas minus 6.5.
Friday night, we had BYU against West Virginia. I actually stayed up late and watched that BYU-Colorado game. BYU came from behind to win that football game as well, if you didn't check it out, because I know it was late night. All right, we got more to do here on the Jaguars. And, hey, congratulations. It was announced earlier, too. It's funny because I was talking to Ryan O'Halloran about this last, I think it was Thursday, when I was down at the Miller Electric Center. We were getting ready to go in and interview players, and we were talking about Gus Bradley, because Gus Bradley was part of the staff under Robert Saleh in San Francisco. We were talking about his kid and how his kid at Toledo almost beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Do you remember that game
vividly
with Carter Bradley, who I remember? I mean, listen, Gus Bradley, I mean, he's Bobby Bowden-like. And I don't mean he's the same as Bobby Bowden, but it's tough to find an enemy of Gus Bradley. He's one of the greatest human beings that I have ever met. And his kid was around here, and I think his kid played at Providence, maybe under Jeff Kopp.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Who is now a Kopp, by the way, the former linebacker. I see Jeff quite a bit down at the Miller Electric Center. But anyway, we were talking about that, and sure enough, they signed him today. So Florida State does add the young Carter Bradley to the practice squad. Let's see. He played at Providence High School. And
that Notre Dame game was 2021. It was 32-29. Notre Dame was top 10 in the country.
He got stopped on like the 5-yard line or something.
Yeah.
If I remember that game, it was absolutely nuts. So he was at Toledo from 2018 through 2021. Then he went to South Alabama there in 2022 and 2023. But he's coming back home here to Jacksonville, where he spent a number of years. Of course, they did say goodbye to Seth Hennigan, who I thought had a fairly decent camp. I mean, there was a difference between Mullins and Hennigan. No question about that. But the revolving door continues for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want to bring up, when we come back here, something that has happened in the last couple of weeks that is a positive for Jacksonville, and that is depth. Now, a lot of this has been forced because of injuries, but you're looking at a football team that is using 48 guys on Sunday. And to me, that has the makings of what a great football team is all about. And we don't know about these injuries yet. We'll have a better feeling tomorrow. But you had 8 injuries on Sunday. 8. And that's very difficult to overcome. Just want to dive into a couple of things or a couple of players. We'll do that as well as we move with you till 8 o'clock right here on this Tuesday night.
John Osher knows Jacksonville football like Jack's Beach knows the ocean. That
makes 2 of us.
Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. New name, new location, same great deals. And we're ready for you. We're going all out with end of summer savings, like new Kia starting at $20K. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or you can even hit the road with financing rates as low as 0. It's not too late. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Jacksonville, All Elite Wrestling is coming home to Daly's Place for 2 huge nights. Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and as special Wednesday Collision October 8th. Feel the real as the greatest professional wrestlers in the world deliver a homecoming to remember. Championships at stake on a Tuesday, and stars collide on a special night. It's AEW's Homecoming with Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and Collision October 8th. Tickets on sale now, starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com. Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
1010XL and 92.5 FM congratulates our hometown Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They won the National AAA Championship with a 9th-inning walk-off home run to win 8-7 over Las Vegas.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
This is Jaguar Hall of Famer Tony Baselli telling you about Heritage of North Florida, Jacksonville's premier roofing and home remodeling company. With over 25 years of trusted experience, Heritage of North Florida has built a reputation for quality, reliability, and craftsmanship. Whether you need a new roof or updating your kitchen or bathroom, trust the pros at Heritage of North Florida to create the perfect place to call home. Mention Jaguars to get $1,500 off your next roof or kitchen remodel when you go to heritagenfl.com. Go Jags.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Lauren Brooks here. Tired of shaving and waxing? At Hello Smooth Med Spa, laser hair removal permanently reduces hair growth for smooth, stubble-free skin. It's life-changing. With over 400 5-star reviews, they're Jacksonville's trusted choice. Learn more at hellosmooth.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne getting a ton of respect league-wide, and a couple of players right there that I know you fans are never wrong. I would never say that you're wrong. But you're ready to pack their bags and send them out, right? ETN right now, number one in the NFL with a 6.1 average per. Tied for first in the NFL right now with 10-plus yard rushes, 10 yards or more rushes. He's tied for first. And he's third overall in rushing with 394 yards. That's pretty insane. We've talked about Devin Lloyd, really just, went over all of his accolades on Monday's program. It has really been good. The offensive line has to be considered one of the bright spots so far a quarter of the way into the season. It's much better than I think anyone anticipated, including myself. I have complained about the offensive line around here forever. And to me, this is incredibly gratifying if it will continue. And they've gone 7 deep now through 4 games. You look at their pass blocking efficiency, 95.1 Walker Little. That's 48 out of 80 tackles. That needs to get better. Anton Harrison tied for 5th out of 80. Okay? Just according to Pro Football Focus. The interior offensive line, Ezra Cleveland, 18 out of 80. Okay? Patrick McCarry, tied for 18th out of 80. And then Robert Hainsey is number 4 out of 36 centers. So they're getting the job done. And, we had injuries that are always going to happen on the offensive line. You had Chuma Edoga come in for 22 plays at right tackle in that victory in San Francisco. You had Cole Van Lanen, who was so valuable last year as a swing tackle, give you 19 reps at right guard. So you're building depth. You got 7 right there that you really feel, good about. Jonah Monheim can be a center in a pinch. He's active on game day. And obviously Wyatt Milam hasn't been able to play yet. He's still dealing with an injury, but he's a big part of things here in the future. Now, let's get the defense a little bit. Whether you notice this or not, when Foye Oluokun came out, it was Jack Kaiser. Kaiser got 11 snaps at linebacker. I guess the thinking is Ventrell Miller can only play the linebacker position that Devin Lloyd is playing. And that if Foye Oluokun isn't unable to go, it becomes Jack Kaiser. So there were no snaps. I mean, this is really interesting. There were no snaps Sunday for Jarian Jones or Ventrell Miller. Defensive snaps. 2 guys that I still think are a big part of the future here. And I still think they will also be asked to really contribute this year, considering you have, 13 more games. But neither one of the two played defensively. And, Buster Brown came in 27 plays as a corner. We know that Travis Hunter only played 9 defensive snaps in this game and did not go to that side of the football field in a crazy one-possession game. Didn't even go to that side of the field in the second 30 minutes of play. They did go to Buster Brown. And Ray Lane as well, his first ever snaps as an NFL safety. He gave you 8 in this football game. So, this team is building, an awful lot of depth. And you get to the tight end position, and, Brenton Strange had 50 snaps. Johnny Munt gave you 22. Okay? Actually, Munt gave you 25. Hunter Long gave you 22. They run multiple, double tight sets. As you know, that is their second highest, or at least it was in Tampa. It's a little too early to grade, what are the formations like. But, this team is going to run a lot of double tights. So, you're able to see that. As far as the rotation at defensive tackle, and, he needs to be credited for this. There's no doubt about it, okay? Eric Armstead had 6 pressures against San Francisco. 6, okay? He's got 13 so far this year. I mean, Trayvon Walker has 14. Josh Hines-Allen is third in the NFL with 23. So, the 23 and 14 are expected. The 13 by Eric Armstead is not expected. And he's giving you that type of production. I was looking at the grades today, and I just can't figure out Pro Football Focus. The third lowest grades, Emmanuel Ogbah had the lowest at 33.3. He had 4 pressures. How can he grade so low? How many snaps did they say he played? They said he played 43% of the snaps. Okay, obviously Walker was out. So he got an extra, dose of plays in this football game. DeJuan Smoke gave you 35. I don't want to waste your time with snaps. You can look it up and do whatever. But the reason why I mention this, every guy I mentioned, outside of Jones and Miller, right? These are guys that are new draft picks, or these are guys who they just signed as free agents, and they're all contributing. And if you look at last year's draft class, it's a little bit too early to really, grade how that went. Certainly last year's free agency class, there's a difference between, free agency and the draft. Free agency, you're expecting immediate response, right? I mean, that's just the way it works. The draft takes a little bit of time for these players to evolve. But last year's free agency class was arguably the worst free agency class that I've ever seen in Jacksonville. And this year, these players are already coming out playing well. So look at this again. Brian Thomas obviously was an A year ago. Mason Smith was a disappointment. His snaps have increased in the last 3 weeks since being inactive. Mason Smith is becoming more and more a part of this defensive line. Jarian Jones. Okay, all of a sudden, this looks a little sketch. He had the back injury in Cincy, played 2 plays, and he's been absent the last couple of weeks. And, he's such a, to me, he's an important part of all this. He's a bolt of electricity. He's a guy that makes plays, but right now, and I'm not saying he's in the doghouse. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but, let me check this one more time. You got to be kidding me. Jarian Jones, I know he didn't play 1 snap last week. He played 2 snaps against Cincinnati. Wow. And did not play. So, this guy's played he's played 73 plays all year. He's gone from 47 to 24 to 2 to 0. That is what's gone on with Jarian Jones defensively. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. The jury's out there. Javon Foster no longer with us. Jordan Jefferson no longer with us. He's in San Francisco. Deontay Prince no longer with us. Keelan Robinson no longer with us. Cam Little's going to be fine. Miles Cole no longer with us. Look at that draft class from a year ago. I mean, just look at that. You got Thomas Jr., who hopefully gets fixed. Mason Smith, who you want to believe is getting better. Jarian Jones, question mark right now. Foster gone, Jefferson gone, Prince gone, Keelan Robinson gone, Cam Little obviously here, and then Miles Cole. I mean, wow. And I mean that in a very, very bad way. What a terrible draft class. Still could turn if Mason Smith and Jarian Jones get to where they believe they can get. Final thoughts coming up. Hacker Nation joins you at 8 o'clock.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Frank Frangie here. It's always truck season at Nimnick Chevrolet. Well, this month, you can save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0%. Unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. With their extensive selection, you're sure to find your perfect truck at Nimnick. So shop online at nimnickchevy.com or visit the dealership at Park and Cassett. Who's got more new Chevrolets at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
It's the start of our favorite season in Jacksonville, football season. Let's get hyped and let's get the home in tip-top shape and let's get that house zero-resified. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, they'll take care of you. Call the folks at Zero Res right now, 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. Get your 3 rooms of carpet cleaned at $139 plus a 4th room free. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
I'm Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter Amber's journey with Awaken 180. Well, ready for this? She has now lost 60 pounds. That number's real, 60 pounds in a little over 3 months. And here's the thing, she loves doing it. She just went on a trip to Tampa to see a concert, sort of a road trip. And I asked her, was it hard to stay on the diet? She said, Dad, that's just it. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle change, and it's sustainable. And it's sustainable even when you're on the road. She is so excited. It has not changed her life. I think that's the best thing. It's a lifestyle change, but it doesn't ruin your life. She's loving her life, and she's so excited that she's been able to lose all that weight. You can do the same thing. You can kickstart your transformation. Call 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It's working for Amber, and she's so excited, and I promise you it can work for you. 844-346-1800 or awaken180weightloss.com.
Kuhn Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is RJ with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call on Kuhn Flowers. They do it all.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. If you have a school, team, or group that would benefit from a team store, you're in luck because we now offer team stores. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal Opportunity Employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
No firings today that I'm aware of, although I think the Angels may have said goodbye to Ron Washington today. But we had 3 Major League Baseball firings yesterday. We also had Sam Pittman, of course, get fired with Arkansas. Bobby Petrino takes over. Today was a down day, an off day for the Jaguars. They rest on this Tuesday, back at it on Wednesday. If you did not hear, they did make a transaction. Gus Bradley's son is added to the practice squad, so he will be the third quarterback. I knew this guy as a kid before he went off to Toledo, and it's funny, as I said a few times now, Ryan O'Halloran and I were talking about it last Thursday at the Miller Electric Center. He almost won with Toledo at Notre Dame, and he is now the third quarterback. He will be a part of the practice squad. Hacker Nation. How are you doing?
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
There we go. How you doing, man? What's happening?
I'm good. I became, I think, a T-ball dad officially tonight. I had to just leave because I was getting frustrated out there watching the ball game.
You have to get held back?
Didn't have to get held back. Thankfully, I had to leave anyway to come on in, but I get it now. You know, there was a long time where I thought, you know, why do parents get so into these T-ball games or these Little League baseball games? And I now officially understand why parents get so into it, because I was really into it about an hour and a half ago.
Well, those umpires too, man. I think they make $25 a game or $50 a game,
Yeah.
and they take massive amounts of criticism. That's what I got. I used to do it back as I was getting out of college, and I was getting like $35 a game, and I was like, if I want to get abused like that, I'll just go get married. You know what I mean? There's no way that I'm going to take that again for $35. I finally said, that's it for me.
Right. And, you know, me and the rest of the dads out there, we're not exactly big leaguers. I mean, for crying out loud, but, you know, we're all acting like it. And you can do it. Do this, do that, do this, do that. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun. He really enjoys it, which is obviously the most important thing.
Yeah. We just went through the depth that all of a sudden this team is added. I mean, Cole Van Landt and Chuma Adoga. Ray Lane plays for the first time. They go to Jack Kaiser, not Ventrell Miller. Jerry and Jones and Ventrell Miller did not play on defense 2 days ago.
Yeah, pretty surprising. I mean, well, Devin Lloyd is maybe the MVP of the defense right now. He's been nothing short of sensational, and that's why Ventrell Miller's not playing. The Jerry and Jones thing is weird because, you know, you thought he would certainly be in the mix, and he is not in the mix right now. It's all Tyson Campbell. It's obviously Jordan Lewis. A sprinkling in of Travis Hunter. Monteric Brown got some reps. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what the situation is there. But, hey, whatever they're doing, it's working at 3-1. It's only the second time since 2008 they've been 3-1. So they need to keep doing what's working.
Yeah, those are a couple of really good football players. And we know that Jarian Jones has never played zone in his life. He didn't do it at Florida State. He played multiple positions. He wanted to make that move to corner. I'll be the first to admit, when they signed Jordan Lewis, I was kind of like, you know what? He's been absolutely phenomenal, but they're going to lean on those two, no doubt about it, at some point this season. 3-1, 2-1, 1-0. Those are your 3 baseball games. 2 complete, this one now in the 6th inning. Pitching is what it's all about once you slide into the, well, let's call it the month of October.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And you know, you're obviously more a baseball guy than I am, but it's still weird. I know it's still only a year or 2 old, but all these teams that make the playoffs now, right? I mean, there used to be something pure about baseball, and then they added the wild card, and I don't know how many years they've gone to 12, but 12 teams make the playoffs now. That's just that's wild to me based on the way baseball used to do it.
Yeah, and you can win a wild card. You can have a better record over another wild card opponent by 1 game, and you get all 3 games at home.
Right.
So, anyway, they keep changing those rules. Kind of like the NBA. I remember there was 3 out of 5, 4 out of 7, and That's why I love hockey. Hockey's simple, and it's always been simple. But
opening night in the NHL is not too far away, right?
Oh, it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Same with the NBA.
Heidi was really into Bruins preseason hockey last night. She was watching every bit of it.
They're going to be down.
Well,
This has been one of the worst teams they've had in quite some time. And the injuries now in South Florida, man, that is really going to change the overall thinking of the Panthers as to whether or not they can three-peat. All right, what else you got tonight?
Yeah, obviously a lot of Jaguar talk. Travis Holmes, Big Cat Country is going to join us, but we're going to spend a lot of time on college football. I mean, what a week it's going to be. What a Saturday. Florida and Texas actually do play a game. You know, obviously all we're talking about is Billy Napier, but we'll talk a little bit about the game. And then Florida State, Miami. Are you going over to Tallahassee on Saturday?
I'm 50-50 right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could really go either way. And obviously I'm going to have to make up my mind at some point. I honestly don't know at this. I'll figure it out. But right now it's right on the fence, 50-50.
I love those two games. And how about Vanderbilt? Undefeated Vanderbilt going to Alabama. Game day is going to be there. Obviously, Vandy beat Bama last year, so it'll be a fun Saturday. We got Bill Bender of the Sporting News going to join us here in hour number one.
Yeah, some of these quarterbacks making a run for the Heisman. Certainly, you look at Vanderbilt, you look at Indiana, you look at TCU, you look at Baylor. I mean, not names that you would think of as Heisman Trophy candidates, but they are at least a quarter of the way into the year. Have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
Going to do it for us. Thank you for everyone in your contributions tonight. Great stuff. Thank you to 1010XL Into the Night on YouTube, as well as those of you who did text in. That's always a pleasure. Nile Lawrence-Stample, thank you. Tomorrow's what? Ooh, the Philly Godfather on Wednesday. John Osher on Wednesday. Jaguars reaction on Wednesday. I'm with you tomorrow night, Thursday night, 6 to 8. Remember, Friday during high school football season, I'm with you 4 to 6 on AM only. That is 1010 on the AM dial. For Dylan Denmark, I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk tomorrow at 6.